the show. All right, Le Bernardin is one of the best restaurants in the entire world. It has spent 3 decades at the top of the New York City food scene. It has 3 Michelin stars. And it has upheld a 4-star review from the New York Times for over 2 decades.
And now, its legendary chef and co-owner is making his signature cuisine accessible to home cooks everywhere with his latest cookbook, Seafood Simple. Please join us in welcoming the one and only Eric Ripert.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Bienvenue, chef.
I'm very happy to be with you.
Thank you.
We're delighted to have you here. We want to start off with a pop culture question because it feels like in TV and movies, I'm thinking about the bear and the menu. It feels like they're lifting the curtain on what it takes to run a fine dining establishment. Is any of it true? How hard is it?
It's a lot of fantasy.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I like the bear, and I'm following the season. The acting is actually amazing, but to me, it's surreal.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. How so?
Because the restaurants cannot be chaotic like that. In a kitchen, you cannot have people screaming and losing their temper and freaking out, basically. It doesn't work like that. We have a kitchen at Le Bernardin with 75 cooks, and they're very focused on what they're supposed to do.
Is it quiet?
It's very peaceful, and only one person speaks at the time, which is the chef, me. So it's a bit surreal for me. And then the menu is a caricature of, and it's a very good caricature, a satire of what sometimes happens in fine dining when the chef goes a little bit...
And same with the customers, though. And same with the diners. It rips them, too.
The diners, too, because they accept everything, including... We don't want to spoil the end of the movie, but you know.
Wow. You're just making me think of famous chefs on TV who do a lot of screaming. But anyway.
Yes, well, those ones, shame on them.
You heard it here first.
I won't say the name.
Neither will I. Let's talk about a lot of people at home, when they think of cooking seafood, it can be very, very intimidating. It could go wrong. So how does your book demystify the whole process?
Sure. I wanted to do this book because I hear a lot of the time people saying, oh my God, I don't know how to cook seafood. And people say, I don't really like seafood. And I'm asking why. And they all had the same experience. They went to the store, the fish was stinky, they cooked, the house was stinky, nobody wanted to touch the food, the kids were mad. And it's because it's so important to go to the source, which is the store, the fishmonger or the supermarket or anywhere you find seafood, and to know the tricks, how to find fresh seafood. And that is very, very essential.
So you're picking it yourself, you're not sending somebody else to pick it for you. Is this true? We want to make sure about that.
Yes.
Okay.
But in the book, we give tips.
Oh, that's fantastic.
A lot of tips. And, but the ultimate tip is that you take the seafood, you put it under your nose. It shouldn't be fishy or smelly. It should be high tide, sea breeze, not low tide.
I love that.
Right?
See? Think low tide's like, ugh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. High tide's like, whoo.
That reason alone to buy your book. Okay, we love those tips. We are going to taste a bunch of your delicious dishes in just a moment, but first you're going to start us off with something yourself you're going to prepare.
Sure.
And these are salmon rillettes, or salmon rillettes.
Yes.
So what is this? And tell us what you're going to do.
So salmon rillette is a French term to say salmon spread, but it sounds good. It sounds good in French, right?
Yes.
Rillette. It's basically poached salmon with smoked salmon that has been chopped.
Okay.
So we're mixing it together. Some chives.
Ooh, so pretty. Love that.
Some salt, because salt, of course, brings flavor. Pepper. I'm not shy on the salt.
No, neither am I.
Lemon juice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We go like that.
I love how unprecious you are about this.
My mother is feverishly writing this down, right?
Mayonnaise.
Yes. Wow. Oh my
Mayonnaise makes everything better, right?
Wow. Look at this.
So again, we're not shy.
We're not shy. This looks amazing.
And then I'm going to mix it with a fork like that.
Okay.
And then it turns into this.
it's going to turn into what you have, the spread.
So we have
Yes.
the magic of television. We already have our own. Shall we
It's
dig in?
right. You can dig in.
When
yeah.
we dig in,
Put
I'm
it on
going to
the
ask
toast.
you a personal question. I'm always fascinated
Yes.
with chefs of your caliber. There are very few, of course.
Yes.
But what is your...
No, that's a lot.
There are. But what is your favorite alone time dinner? Like, no one's around. You get to have whatever you want. You're just a boy eating something delicious. What's it going to be?
Well, if it's at 1 o'clock in the morning when, you know, I'm
Getting home.
getting home, have a glass of wine, maybe a scotch. I go to the fridge, I have some chorizo, camembert, right? Some baguette.
So like bread, meat, and cheese, essentially.
Yes,
Oh my God,
something
that's
like that.
Oh my God,
Now-
I love that dinner.
I love that.
So you see, we did the spread.
Look at
This
It's
I'm gonna
gorgeous.
try.
It's done.
We tried it in our own bowl and it is
Look at
amazing.
this, you
So
guys.
we're gonna keep digging in. Phenomenal.
Incredible.
Tastes phenomenal. Let's move
High
on.
tide, high tide.
I thought, right?
Yeah, high-tide fish. We're going to move on to some other dishes, Chef. I'm going
Sure.
to dig into that in a second. The next one is mussels marinières rosé.
Yes.
So what is it and how did you prepare it?
So mussel marinière, so we have them here. It's basically shallots, white wine, rosé wine. That's why we do it rosé.
Rosé.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes I do it with white, but for the book I use rosé because it was the summer. And then you basically cover the pot, you wait 3 minutes, they open,
Oh my gosh, it's
and
incredible.
that's it, and you eat them.
Well, this recipe calls for debearded mussels.
Yes, so those ones are not debearded,
Okay.
as you can see.
So
You
I'm going to
still-
try to do it. The last thing I debearded was my chin last night. But I'm going to give this a try. And you let me know if I'm doing it right.
Not yet.
There? Did I get it?
Well, you went the wrong way.
I went the wrong way! So,
You do the same,
like this?
yes, and now, yes, like this.
Oh!
That's the right way.
I got it. So down,
Yes.
put the top down.
Yes.
And pull down.
And you go like, exactly.
It would be good to have nails, like longer
Well, you go,
fingernails.
well,
Yeah.
you go like this.
I'm learning how to
Okay.
debeard.
Like this,
There.
and you pull.
Oh my God.
That's it. It's done.
Okay.
And you try to buy debearded mussels if
Yeah.
you can, so you don't have to do that at home.
Right, there we
It's
go.
kind of
True.
relaxing, though. Yeah.
You got to try these mussels. By the way, they're amazing.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you.
Phenomenal. You tried the mussels because we're always now going to move on to the halibut, which is next.
Yes.
It's called halibut en papillote.
Yes.
And you prepared this in tin foil.
Yes,
Okay, so why does cooking in tin foil work for you?
it works. Well, this is the halibut en papillote.
Oh,
it's so
It's
beautiful.
out, so you can serve it in a tin foil, which is I don't recommend. Remove it and put it in
Okay.
a plate. But tin foil is so easy. Everybody has it at home.
Oh,
Then you
beautiful.
can foil. You say foil it? Fold it.
Yeah,
Fold-
Fold it, whip.
Absolutely
Fold it,
correct.
fold
Yeah.
it easily. If not, you can do it also with parchment paper.
Okay.
And it's a bit more difficult. It's the same result. So I use
Whatever you find first.
whatever I have
yeah.
at home, and the fish cooks is in its own juice. It has tomatoes underneath, so you get the juice of the tomatoes, the fish,
Wow.
a bit of white wine,
And it stays
at the
so
end,
fresh.
at the end, a bit of basil, fresh basil.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I'm so sad to say this, but we're moving on to our final dish, which
Yes.
is tuna carpaccio, and it looks absolutely stunning. Tell us about this.
So tuna carpaccio, you need, of course, beautiful tuna. This is a good indication that the tuna is fresh when you have this color. When the tuna is brown, or it doesn't look like very vibrant,
Maybe no.
leave it alone.
Yeah, leave it
alone.
But you take the tuna, you pound it with a plastic film on top.
Okay.
With a pounder, or if you don't have a pounder, you use a pan or anything to make it very thin like this. And then you put it in a plate. Don't forget to remove the plastic.
Yeah.
Salt, pepper, olive oil, chives. At the very last second, lemon juice, because the lemon juice cooks the fish.
Right.
And you eat it
And
with
that's it.
toast, and that's it.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, there's such beauty in the simplicity of it. Oh my goodness. Eric, thank you so much for being with us today. It was such a pleasure
Beautiful.
to chat with you and to taste your delicious food. We really enjoyed it. Please come back.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Seafood Simple is available now, and good news for our studio audience. Eric is sending everyone home with your own copy. Welcome back, everyone. So you've heard of charcuterie, but what about seacuterie? It's the summer's hottest entertainment trend, and our next guest is here to show us how to do it right.
Please welcome the founder of Scout Canning, Chef Charlotte Langley. So nice to have you back!
I am like thrilled to be here on this very beautiful, special day.
Oh my goodness.
The announcement was fire.
Well, we're very thrilled to have you here. And set the record straight. So this sounds like an incredible name, seacuterie.
Seacuterie, yes.
Are you responsible for coining it?
I'm gonna say absolutely yes.
Yes!
It's like charcuterie, or is it seacuterie, tasting the miroir, the flavors of the sea. It could be sea-cuterie, sea-cutie.
I like
whatever
them all.
All of them, seacuterie.
So for those who've never heard the word before, tell us about the trend in general.
I'm like literally obsessed with this trend. This is a way to incorporate like beautiful seafood into your life. MSC certified, wild, sustainable, delicious, nutritious, all the things that you want on a daily basis. Great for entertaining, great for parties, great to eat alone in the bathtub. Like, you know, it's good for all parties. So it's a range, depending on what you like to do.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just a good trend right now. It's tasty.
So you've brought a gorgeous spread for us today. Let's start with the stunning seacuterie setup next to you over there.
So this is a massive bed of joy.
Yes,
Chilled on ice for everyone to get into. And basically, this is like a choose your own adventure party. You don't have to do it this big, everybody. This is a bit dramatic, because if you haven't met me, I'm quite dramatic. And this is a bed full of ice with shrimp, beautiful Atlantic oysters, some mussels, escabeche. We got some, what else did I say? Mussels, oysters, lobster, shrimp. Yeah, and some nice little cocktail sauce, little mignonette. You know, all those little pop flavor.
Here's a
excitement.
question for you, because like when it comes to charcuterie, I'm okay with leaving out like a cheese. It gets a little soft, whatever. So yeah, I'm fine with that. Some meats, whatevs. But seacuterie, I'm imagining that maybe you have to give like a little more attention to keeping it cool.
Well, it's very important to be safe.
Yeah.
Right? We want to be safe. So make sure the seafood is more safe for storage. Storing things on ice is really important. That's a really simple thing to do. A bed or a bowl or a vessel you can put ice in, put things on top. That's a really way to keep things chilled for like 2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3 hours.
And or if you're having, you know, maybe a few dishes that day, you swap things out. You keep replenishing your plate repeatedly, not just like dump it and be like, okay, I'll see you guys later, have a good time.
Yeah.
Just keep it going, keep it iced, keep it chilled. That's a safe, or hot seafood, like you're cooking salmon, and you put a little drizzle on it or something. Put that out. 2 hours max is like kind of your safe spot.
Okay, this is good to know.
Okay, but what about the design of it? Because like all these boards I see are artistic, and I feel like I just clump things together and it doesn't look very arty. So what's something to keep in mind?
Some tips I like to think is don't think, just feel.
Oh my gosh, you can do that.
I don't know what that means.
No, she can do it.
Well, we always overthink everything, right? We are in our heads. We're like, what's next? I have this party. I have to make cocktails. I got to do the garbage. I got to clean the cat litter, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just like, build a vessel that you like in front of you. Pick something that you love. A big bowl, a big board, I don't know, a bathtub, whatever. I keep going back to
That's actually kind of cool.
And then you just put in pieces how you feel. Just don't think, just feel. Just go for it. Like, trust yourself to make something beautiful.
That is beautiful, and I feel like that's the flex version of it.
I totally
right?
am flexing today.
Right, you were like, so what if we want to scale it down a little bit?
Girl dinner! Has anybody heard this trend? Has anybody heard this?
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So, hi, I'm alone. I've been single for 7 years. I'm not, but I've been single for 7 years, and I need to build a snack because I have nothing in my fridge or in my life. You grab a tin of fish, you grab a bit of salmon, you grab some cheese, pickles, tomatoes, whatever you have in your fridge. This is like that girl dinner moment where like, we're actually really efficient at moving through our fridges. Like, we're good on the inventory management.
Love it. This looks so delicious.
This is a little dip.
I feel like one of the key elements to having a spread like this is also having, you know, something paired with it. And you have brought us this.
This is the Gilda.
A Gilda?
A Gilda.
Well, tell me everything about it.
It's a dirty martini because
Love.
I love, but instead of using like your regular olive juice, these are olives stuffed with anchovies.
Oh, stop.
You gotta
Oh my
taste this.
gosh.
Come
So
on.
is this gin or vodka martini?
This is gin. I'm a gin girl.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
a gin
That's
days.
and that's an anchovy olive. Oh
That's
my
an anchovy stuffed
God,
olive, then an
that's good.
anchovy, then a piece of octopus. You can put any little tin fish, little bits on here as you like. The Gilda is the garnish, so you can make this out of your leftover girl dinner, your leftover bed, whatever you have, and you just put on a skewer and make that dirty martini that tastes like the sea.
I'm not mad about this.
I'm so good.
I am happy about this.
I just had a piece of fish with my martini. It was amazing.
It's kind of fun, right?
So you say a board though is not complete without a dip.
Just the dip,
Need a dip,
girl.
just the
I
dip.
finished that joke last time I was here, too.
It's a good joke. It's a good joke. Come on.
It is a good joke. So I have 2 dips for you today. And really, the fun in the front is a buffalo mussel dip. So this is like your
Okay, let's
favorite
do that
hot
one.
sauce with butter. That's it. Heat up your hot sauce, emulsify some butter in, fold in your mussels. It's sort of like going to the pub, but like at home.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
So that's like buffalo wing dip,
Exactly.
kind of, but on a
You
mussel.
put some blue cheese on that. Girl.
That's so good.
Super good.
Wow.
Right? And,
Okay.
and then depending on how hot you like your sauces, you can add whatever hot sauce like you want to.
I would kick. I'd give it a little more kick. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
kind of
I know you're
keeping
being
it
gentle with
reasonable
but
today.
yeah.
I wanted
okay.
to still go well with the martini. That's important.
Right.
Got it.
So what about
Okay,
this
what
one?
about the second dip?
That is a trout dip. So this is like your mascarpone, your creamy-based one. Everyone loves these dips, right? It can dip vegetables, you have crackers, bread, whatever. So it's mascarpone, citrus, dill, because it's delicious, and smoked trout or any sort of trout out of a can that you would.
They're
grab.
both fabulous. And I
Good.
want to
I
incorporate
always want to
them
like
on my
feed you
next
guys
party.
more during these. And I'm like, eat more.
Hey, I got to talk about the claw in the room.
Oh my God.
This is massive.
What is this?
Tell us about this. Is this
My-
real?
This is absolutely real. So my dad is a scenic artist in the industry, and he worked on Shape of Water. And this was a prop. And he's like, hey, girl. He doesn't say girl. He's like, hey, Charlotte, do you want a lobster claw? I'm like, Dad, I don't need a lobster claw. He's like, wait till you see this lobster
This is the
claw.
Oscar-winning film, The
Yeah,
Shape
it was
of Water.
like in this weird
Best
room.
picture.
That is so cool.
So I get props like passed off from my dad. So now it's a part of this show and carrying on the legend. This guy was probably the size of you when it was gathered.
Oh my
It's like
gosh.
175 years old. Like, look at this thing. That's massive.
That's
So,
incredible.
It probably was like nice and like super tough. Like, can you imagine 175 years old? That ain't delicious.
he or she lived a beautiful
It
life.
was an
and is
amazing life.
happy to be
And happy
here.
to be here with us.
Charlotte, we love having
I
you on.
love
Thank you
being here.
so much for joining us today. And you fed us. Oh my God. If you're looking for something a bit different this holiday season, fish and shellfish dishes offer a unique pivot to the traditional roast ham or turkey.
Well, our next guest has delicious seafood dishes that will feed a crowd and be ready, she says, in under 30 minutes. Yeah, so please welcome back to the show, birthday girl, culinary expert Valerie Azingue. Happy birthday! Thank you! Oh my God!
Great to be back.
I feel like we should be feeding you instead of you feeding us today.
You can do that later.
Okay, we'll do that later. We'll do that. I don't know if it's just us, but I feel like seafood is really having its moment right now in the sun. Is this true, or is this just my imagination?
Absolutely true. It is trending right now and also into 2025. And a lot of chefs are working with fish and shellfish gastronomy to create amazing seafood dishes that range from like raw to cooked. And in fact, Branzino and Norwegian scallops are so popular right now, and you can find them in almost every restaurant.
Oh, that is really great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's get down to brass tacks and start digging in because this all looks so beautiful. So I want to talk about these are Rockefeller
Mussels Rockefeller, yes. So you're probably familiar with oysters Rockefeller.
Yeah.
But this is a great alternative, and it's just as delicious, and of course, very simple to make. And to start things off, yeah. You can use a fork. You don't want to bite the shell, that's for sure. But the first thing you want to do is steam your mussels. So of course, in a large pot, you're going to combine some oil, saute some onions and some garlic. And then of course, you're going to add in some wine.
Okay.
Steam your mussels in until opened. Discard the empty shells. Place the meat with the shell in a lined baking sheet. And then you're going to make your butter spinach topping. So it's going to be some butter, some spinach, yummy.
Yeah.
Some parsley, some salt and pepper, some panko breadcrumbs, and some vermouth.
Some vermouth.
Some vermouth.
Okay.
Vermouth, why that?
So vermouth is an aromatized fortified wine. It's made with herbs and spices, and it works really well with seafood.
Yeah, that's
Delicious.
really smart. This is going to add a different sort of level than just plain old white wine.
Exactly,
right?
with a bit of herbs and spices, a little bit of sweetness. You can also use pastis or a non-alcoholic bitter.
Oh, I love this.
Delicious.
And
Yes.
way more economical than oysters, too.
Absolutely, and then you could just make like a gin martini with it.
Yeah, exactly. So what other sides would go well with these mussels?
So you can actually put that on a charcuterie board. It works really well with
Good
soft
idea.
cheeses, especially like feta or like something like that with a cranberry feta. It's delicious.
Oh, this is stunning. Look at that.
Love that. Okay, so next up, you brought a cozy, comforting curry that also you say makes great. It's a great leftover dish as well. So what is that?
Of course, coconut shrimp curry. I mean, cozy come for Christmas. What more could you want, right? And it's, again, a one-pot dish. You just start off with, again, sauteing some onions and some garlic. Then you're going to add add in your spices. So you're gonna start with some delicious, so comforting, right?
I can eat this every day. This is so good.
And my mother actually makes a dish like this. It's delicious.
Yeah,
Very comforting.
It's so comforting.
And you had me at one pot, but
Definitely one pot.
Can you, sorry, I was so overwhelmed. Can you tell me what goes in the pot again?
Oh, of course. Like, you have turmeric in there, some cumin, coriander, salt, and pepper, some diced tomatoes, some coconut milk.
Okay.
And again, you're gonna throw in your shrimp, cook until pink. And then, yeah, top it with some herbs like cilantro or parsley and serve it with a side of potatoes, and it's good to go.
And we know shrimp cooks so fast, right?
Cook so fast and delicious.
Would you use any other milk besides coconut milk? Or?
So coconut milk is traditionally used. However, you can use whole milk. You just want to match the consistency of the creaminess.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So I'm just curious if there's anything left. I would eat the whole thing. If you did have anything left, does it store well?
It does. It keeps in the fridge for about 3 to 4 days or in the freezer for a few months, but just eat it up immediately.
Just eat it.
Yes,
just eat it.
Okay, so you have another appetizer here that comes together really quickly. So tell us about these beautiful crab cakes.
Yes, the best part about these is it comes together in under 15 minutes in the air fryer.
Whoa!
Yes,
No
so it makes it
way.
even quicker. You just want to throw some lump crab meat in a bowl, some mayonnaise, salt and pepper, panko breadcrumbs, some chopped bell peppers, mix that all together, and then fry it in the air fryer for about 400 for about 10 minutes.
try
Valerie,
it
I've got two quick. Oh, sorry, I just spit it out. I'm so good. This is so good. Okay, A, is lump crab different from regular crab?
So they're just pieces of regular crab used to make a pasta or crab cakes.
And you can buy like cans,
You can
right?
also buy it in a can.
And my
So
second
much more
quick question is,
economical. Yeah.
like, what if you don't have an air fryer? Can you just bake these in the oven?
Perfect in the oven at 400 for about maybe 25 minutes.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
That is so
really
easy.
good. Yeah.
That dip is wow.
Oh, the rosemary definitely
Easy.
adds, yeah.
Okay, why don't we finish this off? You've got an elegant, impressive holiday dish that requires you saying no fuss in the kitchen. So what is that?
Your salmon en croûte.
Oh, en français, oui.
Oui.
Oh, elle parle français, Jess.
Your pièce,
Oui, je suis drôle.
We love that.
Definitely so easy to put together, very elegant, and again, who doesn't love puff pastry? So all you want to do is start with your filling, which will be your spinach, some cream cheese, some Gruyere cheese, some salt and pepper, panko breadcrumbs. Mix that together later on the salmon, salted, place it in the pastry wrap it together, and then pop it in the oven until puffed, about 400 for about another 20 minutes, and yeah, voila.
This looks so celebratory. Like if I came
is.
to your place and you served that on a holiday meal, I would be so delighted. It's like a little present, right?
And it's very impressive to serve.
It's so gorgeous. Hey, sometimes salmon can rub people the wrong way. Could you use another fish?
You absolutely can. Any whitefish works with this. Trout also works as well. Whitefish is quite delicate.
Yeah.
So you want to layer the filler, like the filling right in the middle, just so it holds a structure in the oven.
It's a really beautiful piece unto itself, but would you recommend any side dish with this?
A good salad works with it. Roasted squash works with it. But I like it on its own. I'll just eat all the puff pastry and get my calories from that.
Oh my gosh. Well, you just blew us away.
Yeah.
This is so approachable.
I'm glad.
Gorgeous. Valerie,
Gosh.
happy birthday again.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. We love learning about the latest food trends, and there's one that's been blowing up TikTok recently. The tinned fish craze is here to not only elevate your dishes, but also to save you money on your grocery bills.
So our next guest says there are lots of ways to use tinned fish, and she's going to show us how. Please welcome the founder of Scout Canning, Chef Charlotte Langley.
Yay! Charlotte, we love when you join us.
I love joining you.
Hey, listen, tinned fish, I mean, it's been around for a couple hundred years at least.
About 111 or so. Yeah,
years.
about that.
So why the fascination now? Why is it so big this year?
Well, tinned fish is so versatile. It's absolutely delicious, has a great nutritional level, like high omegas, all that kind of fun stuff. And it's easy to use. So you can get it easy at your grocery store or online, and you can add it to any single recipe anyway. You can sub it in anywhere.
I love this.
It's easy.
Now, you mentioned groceries.
Yes.
Grocery prices are skyrocketing.
Yes.
So how can tinned fish help us save money?
Well, I find that some people are maybe a little bit not as confident as they could in the kitchen, specifically around seafood.
Yeah.
So they buy a piece of fish and maybe it goes off, or they cook it weird, or they're not happy with it, or it's wasted, etc. So tinned fish can sub in there. Great shelf life, like I said, all the other bonus points of it. So if they're making like a dip or a pasta, instead of buying fresh fish, they can have a portion controlled, 4 ounces or so, add it to anything, and there's no waste, same nutritional value. and it's easy.
I think that's the key, the same nutritional value.
Yeah.
There are people who associate fresh with healthier, right?
Not necessarily the
Yeah.
case. Not necessarily the case.
Okay.
And it's harder to mess up. As
And
you
it's
said,
hard. You cannot mess this up.
You cannot mess up a good
I've
tuna
done the hard
salad.
work for you guys.
Yeah. Speaking of
Yeah.
which, you're going to put us to work making a wild pink salmon peach caprese salad. This
Yes,
sounds
exactly.
so interesting. Where do we start?
All right, so this is a sample here, but in front of you, ladies, you've got peaches, some nectarines, use whatever, stone fruit, tomatoes, burrata, basil. So start building a little bit on your plate.
Okay.
And over here, I've basically built it to look as beautiful as possible and laying it down like almost like architecture, like you're building the
my
foundation of
gosh.
the salad. And
I
you garnish
love
with the
this.
things on top. So all you need to do is put on however much you like. And then you're gonna take that little fork and add a few pieces on top of your salad.
Okay.
And you use the oil in the tin as the base of the dressing. Right? Everyone dumps it down the drain. I'm like, no, that is where the good juice is.
Okay,
Is it on
I have
top?
to say, oh, sorry, keep going.
No, go ahead.
Just this idea of tinned salmon with stone fruit
Right?
never would have occurred to
And
me.
people always think it's weird to eat seafood with dairy, but I'm like all about it. I'm gonna add a little lemon.
Yes.
I'll pass it down just to refresh a bit of the
Okay,
oil.
I want a little bit of
little
the
fresh herbs. There's some
little
Thai
fresh
basil there,
herbs.
fresh basil, whatever you have.
That smells so good.
And you can add, I'll give you some lemon if you want to do a little squirt on top, a little aromatic.
Okay.
And that's a salad.
This
I would add probably
is-
some crunchy salt, like some pepper, but we got,
Oh,
we got
yeah,
time
yeah.
limits here.
Okay, let me
Okay,
dig
so
in.
while Jess, you're tasting, what are, Charlotte, what are some other things you like to do with the tinned salmon?
Very good question. I'm kind of obsessed with jjigae right now. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly.
yes.
So Korean stew. And instead of adding like a meat protein, like a pork or a beef, a can of the smoked salmon on top, just like thrown in the very last couple of minutes, adds richness, flavor, really good oils. And that's sort of like my obsession right now. I make it like once a week.
How you doing, Jess? How's the salad?
Is it okay?
This is absolutely delightful and surprising. I was
Surprise
not
and
as-
delight.
Why does this work?
Well, sweet, sour, fat, right? When you're making
Sweet,
a dish.
sour, fat.
And also when you're adding things like tin fish is often really tender and soft because it's
Yeah.
been cooked, right? So you want to add texture. You want to add crunch so the cheese is soft, but like the fruit, the little bits that are the tomatoes, they add texture.
And the fresh herbs
And
really
then
add
they
that
fragrance,
texture.
aroma.
I think
can
it's so
smell it from
smart that
here.
you're using the oil from the can too. Okay.
You just do shots if you need
So with tinned fish, lobster, I don't think is necessarily something that comes to mind when you think of tinned fish. But you
Yes.
say we can use the tinned lobster to
Yes.
make a super simple homemade lobster dip.
Yes,
Okay.
just the
Sign
dip.
me up.
So good, just the dip.
Just the dip. So the scenario is it's 4 ingredients. I love dairy. That's my thing. I'm blessed to be able to eat dairy.
Yeah.
So there's cream cheese, sour cream, a little bit of tempered butter. Don't hold it against me.
No, never.
And you fold the whole can of lobster right in, a little bit of citrus on top, and you can either have this cold like it is here, or you can bake it with some cheese on top.
Oh my gosh,
And you get
sorry.
a hot and cold dip. Like, this is how versatile these things are. You can use
What's
it.
tempered butter?
I was just
Room
going to
temperature butter, like butter that sits on your counter. You know what I mean? Versus hard
okay.
butter, so you can like mix it in so it's nice and smooth.
Okay.
Yeah,
How
it's
is that?
butter.
Good?
I want to have this at every family gathering.
And it take you 2 minutes to do.
Everything- this is so good.
You don't have to clean the lobster.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that magical?
I love a dip, first of all.
Who doesn't love a good dip
And I love a
moment?
fishy dip.
Fish dip.
Okay.
Agreed.
It's so good. It's so good. Okay,
It's the best. We're only making this dip forever more.
I'm glad. 4 ingredients.
I make all kinds of things with canned tuna.
Yeah, you like oysters?
Mackerel, smoked oysters, love them. But I never buy tinned lobster. So now I'm really curious to find out what else I can do besides this perfect dip.
Like most of these tins, all different species and varieties, you can throw it anywhere you'd throw any other protein. For example, throw it into a pasta. There's one that's called lobster diavola,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
a lobster tomato base, right? So it's like a tomato sauce with a can of lobster. Super beautiful and fragrant. Throw it into a lobster roll, throw it into the dip, throw it into a salad. You can use this anywhere you're looking to increase, to get more protein.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 crack, crack, crack.
Including in your oh my God.
In your cocktails.
Okay, tell me this
There's
lobster
a really,
martini.
Well, you know, TikTok is this beautiful universe, and people are fat washing cocktails, right? So like
Fat washing?
Yeah, I'm sure like Christina Vieira will come and tell you about that next
Okay.
time. But you
Fat
basically take the
washing a
fat from the tin because there's oil in the tin. You'd fat wash it like with some vodka, shake it up, little vodka, little like distilled tomato, like a little clean tomato juice, a little bit of seasoning.
What?
chilled
Yeah,
martini glass. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary
Bloody
vibes,
Mary.
right?
Bloody Mary.
But it's like a
Oh.
martini.
Right, because you use clam juice.
Exactly.
Bloody Mary.
Same
Right.
idea, but
Why
you know,
not?
Why not? Get creative.
Okay, so next up, you've made a dish with tuna Hollandaise.
Hollandaise.
So this could obviously work for a brunch Benny, but you've done it here with Brussels sprouts. Tell us about it.
Little smashed Brussels sprouts. So blanch them, smash them, bake them, air fry them, whatever you got at home. Okay. Hollandaise, 4 ingredients again: egg yolks, Dijon, lemon juice, and I use brown butter because it has a little bit of toasty, nutty joy.
Yeah, it does.
Hand blender in a container. It'll take you 3 minutes. I think one of my most famous recipes.
How are you? Are you
Fold
brunching?
in the tuna.
Yeah.
Fold in the tuna, and you're done.
So when you do your hollandaise, you're doing the hand blender.
Yeah, because I don't have time to waste. I got
No
stuff
kidding.
to do.
And the butter never breaks. You're never worried.
No,
do
it's
that.
consistent. The hand blender works, I think, better than a blender or a rubber coupe. But we can.
So could I use this in a Benny?
You can use this on a Benny. You smear it on toast. You could eat it out of a bowl in bed if you want to.
Sorry. Okay. one more dip. This one is made with PEI mussels. What do we have here?
So this is a mussel escabeche style dip. So a dip, not like a pureed dip, but like you put in a bowl with crackers or crisps or whatever and dip into it. So it's bright, acid, peppers, sweet and hot, tomatoes, lots of fresh herbs. And that is a way to elevate, add brightness, and bring back that crunch that I'm looking for in this sort of scenario.
Okay, what are some other ways that we should think about
Mussels?
incorporating tinned fish into it? I mean, you showed us a lot. We don't want to be greedy, but
No.
if you have more, give her.
Well, it's all about convenience, I think, these days. People
Yeah.
are looking for convenience, cost savings, and something that's tasty. So you can throw in your backpack, take it to school, throw in your kids' lunchbox. Kids eating tinned tuna or tinned seafood from a young age, they'll do it forever.
Yeah.
What else can you do? Mussel cheese melts. You could make it into a salad. You could my favorite way is to eat it right out of the can with a bit of lemon.
Do you love that?
Could I use
Because you have good cans.
Can you do a
She
canned
makes good
lobster in a
cans.
po' boy?
Yeah, you
canned
could
tuna.
totally do. You just have to make a little dough and drop the batter and fry it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Use any recipe you'd use at home and just apply a tinned fish. This is just a protein, different packaged protein. That's it.
Oh my gosh,
amazing.
Charlotte, thank you so much for feeding us and sharing your delicious recipes with us today. Love you.
Thank you. Me too.
One of my favorite things about the summer is eating fresh seafood, oysters especially, because on top of being delicious, there's something special, a social element that makes them perfect party food.
So here to share tips for entertaining with the mouth-watering mollusks is the front of house manager from Rodney's Oyster House, Julius Chappell.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Julius, I have to admit I have never shucked in my life. Not at all. So I'm excited to first try it. So teach us the basics of how you do it. I've always been intimidated.
Okay, don't be intimidated.
Okay.
Shucking oysters don't go fast when you're starting out. Once you've done it for years and years and years, then you can go super fast.
Okay.
Go slowly, get a good knife, good tip.
Okay.
You don't need to spend thousands of dollars, but don't use like a screwdriver or a butter knife. Okay, that's a bad idea.
Good call.
Every oyster has the same basic shape, right? There's a flat top, there's a curved bottom.
Okay.
And when we shuck, we just put them on a cloth. You don't,
The
like I said,
curved bottom goes on the
The curved bottom goes on the ground side, the bottom side,
okay.
and then the flat part on the top. There's a little hinge, so the oyster opens up like that.
Yeah.
And there's a little hinge at the pointy end.
Okay.
And that's what you want to break. Then the animal's held together by one muscle runs from the top shell through the oyster to the bottom. And you have to cut that. Yeah, you're referring to it. They're basically plants.
Yes, okay.
Like if you're a vegan, you can't technically, but you can fool yourself into it. So we put the tip of the knife in here. Most of the time when you cut yourself, it's on this shell. So you can just go over the top there.
Got it.
You want to make sure it's not going to move, and you put a little bit of pressure across.
Okay.
A little bit of pressure. You kind of wiggle it back and forth. Whoa, that oyster was ready to go. Then you just open the door. So you just twist the knife. You just open the door.
Open the door.
So we'll try this again on another one here. So if it's not opening, there you go. Just reset the knife and try opening the door again.
Okay, here we go.
You got it, bud.
It's good.
You
You
got
can
it,
do
bud.
it.
You believe in me. I'm going to keep
Down.
working on this.
Yeah. Okay, here we
the
go.
door.
So we're just gonna pop it open like, there you go. Hey. So now you want to kind of lever and scrape that top muscle, and I'll get this oyster open. You can see that's right about there. It's kind of 230 off the center.
I did
There you go. You did it.
Yours is so pretty.
That's wonderful. Now you got to turn it because it's still attached, right? You got to turn it, and then you scrape the bottom one away the same place.
so it comes out.
So that it comes out, and then you can just eat.
Yours is so pretty. Mine's so mangled.
That's okay.
But
You're starting out.
Okay.
You're starting out.
Okay.
Okay, now that we have them shucked, this is something I'm endlessly fascinated with, is how do you top them? Because because I tend to go I just want lemon. Maybe horseradish if I'm spicy. How do you top yours?
I'm with you. Lemon, maybe a little bit of vinaigrette, something with acid. You know, the oyster's swimming in salt water, so acidity and the salt, those pair really nicely together. But of course, you know, there's no wrong answer with oysters. Yeah. You can put whatever you want on them. Hot sauce is very popular. There's all kinds of ways that you can eat a raw oyster. Yeah, exactly. Right in? Horseradish, always popular, and you just tip it back.
What? I love. No, what I'm coming up with next is some people have this sort of technique where they say like you just sort of throw it down your gullet, and then the other ones are like you chew.
You chew.
So what is
you
the
definitely chew. Otherwise, you're just having an expensive shot of seawater. It's crazy.
Thank you. I chew.
You don't want to spend 10 minutes chewing. You want just a couple of bites to release the flavor.
It was really nice, I gotta say.
Good.
Well,
good
people
work.
think of oysters as sort of like a fancy food dish, and they would never think about serving it at a party or so on. But they are actually quite affordable, and they are really, like, you can do so many different things with them. Like,
absolutely.
Tell us some things.
They're inherently social, right?
Yeah.
You're eating them with your hands. The oyster doesn't care what you do for a living or what's in your pocket. So they're a very democratic food, right? And not only on the half shell, raw, which is sort of the purest expression, but you can do all kinds of stuff with them. Oysters historically were free protein in the sea, right? So a lot of old-time oyster recipes are they're playing the role of, you know, what pork or chicken or whatever might be. You know, we have a few different things here. We've wrapped some in bacon. Those are called angels on horseback. Bacon wrapped oyster, you just do that in a pan. There you go.
Angels on horseback.
The angel on horseback,
I haven't had this in years.
It's tremendous.
And I'm going to have it right now.
We're making them eat, which is a challenge. You know, you can batter them and just pan fry them. Then we brought some oysters Rockefeller. You know, it's a little more decadent.
This was the first time I ever had an oyster was on one of my first dates with Jason, and I had oysters Rockefeller. It was like an entry, a gateway,
What a
oyster.
first date move,
Yeah,
though. Like,
right?
yeah, come on, let's eat oysters, baby. So oysters Rockefeller, rich. There's, you know, Parmesan and brandy and Pernod and, you know, it's Rockefeller.
Delicious.
So you can do all kinds of stuff with them. Put them in pies, bake them with eggs. Like, they're very versatile. Endless. Almost endless. Anywhere other protein is going to go.
I love it.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what kinds of drinks would you pair with oysters? Is there something that I hear that beer kind of goes well? A stout or
Guinness
something?
has had this marketing thing with oysters for like since 1883, 1834. Jeez.
Whatever.
Rattled, guys.
Yeah.
I'm rattled. So they've sort of bitten into that. For me, you know, you want something that's going to do the same thing as a lemon. So crisp, dry white wine, Chablis, Chardonnays, not a ton of oak, not too heavy. You want it bright and sparkly.
Yeah.
Champagne, obviously.
Yes.
love that.
Champagne with anything. There's no failure as a pairing.
Yeah.
Champagne.
Let's talk about East Coast versus West Coast, not wrap, but oysters.
Oysters.
Because I feel like they're very different. I tend to gravitate towards East Coast oysters, which feel smaller and less, I don't know, briny?
Yeah.
Is that, what's the difference?
So there's only 5 species that we eat, but East Coast and West Coast oysters are different species. So they're gonna have different characters. That's sort of the broad brush strokes.
Okay.
East Coast oysters tend to be kind of salt and gentle ocean flavors. When you get onto the West Coast species, we like to use Latin when we're talking oysters. We're not gonna do that today, but Latin makes you sound clever.
It sure does.
The West Coast oyster is more chalk and more mineral. So there's more of an intense flavor, sort of more rocky and deep sea.
And they look like, is this a West Coast oyster?
This is a West Coast oyster.
They look so different.
This is actually from New Zealand, so in the southern hemisphere.
Whoa.
This is one that they roll. It's a tumbled oyster, makes it look kind of pretty. These guys over here also. So genetically, these are all the same oyster.
You can tell kind of.
Just the water is different.
The water's different and how the grower grows
How
them.
would you even eat that one?
That's more of a challenge.
You imagine?
But people that like big oysters, when they see a big oyster, they get really excited. Because a lot of the time, it's just little ones, right?
I get intimidated by a big one.
Yeah, it's that's a little bigger than I'm
It's
good
true.
for. Yeah.
Now, Julius, confession here. I used to shuck oysters
did?
at a restaurant, and we thought it might be really great television for someone who hasn't done it for 20 years to challenge a professional on live TV.
Wow.
To win oyster shucking competition.
I love it.
You accept the challenge.
I accept the challenge, but you know what? I think just to make it fair, I think I should have a bit of a handicap.
Okay.
I wonder if there's someone in the audience or on the set that might have a blindfold.
This is yes. Kwame! Kwame to the rescue.
That's very nice.
That seems fair.
We're gonna give you this knife if that's okay.
Okay.
Do you need to practice? Do we have time?
Can I use this guy?
If
this
you
is
want-
the one that I was using before.
if you're
and it
happy
seemed
with
to
that,
be,
you-
Okay, let's start.
Okay, get that on there.
Okay.
Make sure that you're not cheating
we're
at
gonna-
all. We've got 30 seconds on the clock. Are you guys both ready?
Okay, here we go.
In 3, 2, 1, shuck.
Okay. This is dramatic TV. God. Whoa.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it was very tight, and I will say that Jess did too. I was amazed that you got 3 done, and you like actually made them like they are edible now.
Yeah.
You are the winner.
You can eat them.
We are going to eat these. You are the winner, and congratulations. Amazing job.
Cheers. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. That was so much fun.